14.1. And so somebody asked me how to do this problem. So guys, I thought I would make a quick video, show you all how to do it, because my guess is if one person has a question, probably lots of people do. Okay, so remember what it is we're going to do here. We're going to simplify this thing, and in order for us to simplify, what we need to do is we need to factor the top part, and we need to factor the bottom part. So let's go ahead and factor the top part. So what I'm going to do here, remember, I'm going to have to use my grouping method because the number in front of my x squared is not a 1. So I got to multiply my first number and my last number. 3 times -1 is -3. And now I'm going to look for two numbers that multiply to -3, but add up to a +2. So my options are 1 and 3, and one of them can be a -1 and a +3, and the other one can be a +1 and a -3. Well, if I want to get a +2 out of this, a -1 and a +3, if I add them together, will give me that +2. So now let's go ahead and factor the top part again. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3x squared minus 1x plus 3x minus 1. So if I look at the first two pieces here, let's see. Okay, so if I look at the first two pieces here, I can factor out the letter x, and I'm left with a 3x minus 1. Out of here, I notice that I can't factor anything, but I can always take out the number 1, and I'm also left with a 3x minus 1. Since those pieces match up, the top part of my expression is going to be 3x minus 1 and x plus 1, right? So this factor here goes in the first spot. This one and this one come to the second spot. All right, so now let's do the same thing for the bottom part. I'm going to multiply the first and the last. So 3 times 1 is 3. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 3, but add up to a -4. So again, I can go 1 and 3. They can both be positive, or they can both be negative. Notice these here add up to a -4. So now what I'm going to do is, let's factor the bottom part. So we're going to write it as 3x squared minus 1x minus 3x plus 1. Out of here, I can factor out an x, and I'm left with 3x minus 1. From the back part, if you notice, this first piece is negative, so I'm going to take out a -1, and again, I'm left with a 3x minus 1. Those are my common factors, so I'm going to have a 3x minus 1 here, and then an x minus 1 here from this piece. And now all I'm trying to do is find my common factor. So they both have a 3x minus 1. Those will cancel. And so my final answer is x plus 1 all over x minus 1.